Hi, 8th grade. If we were in school right now, we would start working on our shoe project. Hopefully by now you are working on researching your 20th century artist from the list that was sent out to you, and that you're starting to work on your zine. Please make sure that you are doing your research because many projects are going to stem from this research. You've picked your artist that you're doing your research for. If we were in school, we would be starting our shoe project by painting our shoes in the style of our artist. Instead of celebrities or sports figures, a major shoe manufacturer decided to do a series of shoes based on famous artists. This is a good illustration right here, where Paul Cézanne was the artist that was used for this, and you can see here how Peasant with a blue smock, one of his most famous paintings, is used as an inspiration over the front toe of the shoe. And you can see here how one of Cézanne's still lifes was used here. There's the knife, and the fruit was used for the toe cap here. If you go around to the side of the shoe, there's also a landscape, very reminiscent of something that Paul Cézanne would do. And you can see that the whole shoe is designed all the way around based on the famous artworks. Here's a coffee tin that's in this painting by Paul Cézanne. So what you're supposed to do is, obviously, since we don't have the types of paints that we would need to paint the shoes, we're going to do the next best thing. We're going to trace our shoes or draw a picture of a shoe, and I want you to have a bird's eye view of the shoe and a right and left side. So I'm going to use a pair of Vans, just a regular old pair of Vans, and I want to show you how to get the bird's eye view and how to get the side views. Okay, now this pair of Vans just fits on the paper. I'm probably going to make it a little bit smaller when I draw it. But I want to have the bird's eye view or the top view of the Vans so that we can do an image on the toe cap here or the tongue of the shoe. Vans are good because you have a lot of space in which you can color decorate. If you don't have Vans, you can use any type of shoe, but you can take a piece of white computer paper here, put a pair of Vans on top. Hopefully you'll have a pair that fits. Center it, trace around. And then trace over it with a black Sharpie if you have it. If you don't have a black Sharpie, you can use a dark color crayon or color pencil. And you just want a simple outline of your shoe with a bird's eye view. Okay, I just want a simple outline of a shoe right here. This is the bird's eye view. Erase any pencil, any extra pencil that you have. What I want to do is I want to create a shoe. If this was my shoe designer, they would have to take this shoe and decorate it to look like their famous artist. Now remember, this is the inside of the shoe here, the inside of the padding. So you could color that any color. You could also extend your design in here. You could put the name of your company. If it was like Cézanne artwork or something by your name, that would be really cool for a tag inside your shoe. But then you're in this area here, you're going to want to create an image that looks like your artist. So that'll be individual to you. That's the bird's eye view. Okay, now you also want the right and the left profile of your shoe. This is the kind of thing that a shoe designer would do, and then these would be called mock-ups, and then they would come in to be discussed by the people who are funding the project. So to get, or selling the project, or the marketing department, whatever you want to call it. So then to get the profile, again, you just go around with your pencil. I'm going to add the sole here, make it a little more exciting at the side. You can see here how this is the side of the van. And then then I also want the left view. Now, if I want to save a step, I can always hold it up like this to a window and I can trace it, and then I'll have the shoe going in both directions. These lines here are the pieces on the side of the van. You can add the top stitching or details, but the most important thing is how you're going to integrate the most famous artworks into your shoe. The most important thing to remember about this project is someone should be able to look at your shoes and immediately know who your artist is, because each of these artists on your list is a very famous 20th century artist. Books, videos, movies, museum attendance depends on many of these artists. There's lots and lots of resources, and most of them have at least 1, 2, 3 famous artworks that are very well known worldwide. What you want to do is take the most famous pieces, not something that's obscure. All these artists, for the most part, you've been working on their most famous paintings in your sketchbook, and so therefore you should just be able to take somebody from your list and draw a shoe design for them. So you can see we've got a top view, we've got a right and left side view, and then what you're to do is take your artist and start looking at the colors that they use, start finding their most famous paintings, and try to find a clever and creative way to integrate their artworks in the paintings. I'll go back to this again. You can see here how this particular one is painted using subjects over here over the widest part, and then using bits and pieces of other popular artworks to fill out the remainder of the shoe. Okay? You really just have to submit one shoe, but all the different sides of the shoe. Okay? I hope you enjoy it. It's a great project, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Hang on to all of your projects. We will be giving you instructions on how we're going to be submitting them and handing them in. So thanks very much for all your help. So just keep working on researching and using your artist to create all these different artworks. Have fun and goodbye.